F this person, or how dare they not support me, and I done been, almost everything to you, and you not support. So I know it was easy for that to happen. And for you to have those thoughts. We be in periods of, like you said, in your waiting period, it's so easy to question yourself. And we gotta just quickly eliminate that thought, because we sit here waiting, nothing is happening, but we gotta stay active. And because nothing happening, but we know we staying active, we start to build up this little doubt or this little voice that's like, okay, but do you really know what you're doing? Okay, but is it really gonna work out the way you said it? Like, and you gotta quickly eliminate that, because first of all, it's too easy, but it's so damaging. That little voice could damage everything you didn't work for. And you'll be like, all right, man, fuck it. It ain't.
It's like the roller coaster you volunteered to get on. Like, that was just me. Like, why is you letting what's going on right now get to you? You know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. What did you do the last time you was here? Instead, I hopped back on that damn roller coaster and I kept riding until one day I woke up. I said, God ain't got no choice but to fix it. Then this on you. You right? You said you was gonna have me. You told me to do it. You know what I'm saying? Going back and trying to think about, what I could have did. Yeah, I can learn from some of that, but I'm not about to spend all this time trying to undo what we already did, what we already started. I came to you and told you about that. And I was like, nah, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to beat me up. I'm not going to beat my partner up. Like, I'm not going to do that. So let me figure out, how do you move forward? And like you always say, like, I'm a solution-based person. We're solution-based people. So it's like, I'm not going to sit up here and dwell on what didn't already took place. And I can't change. I can't go back. I cannot. What can I do right now? And ever since I told myself, what can I do right now? I hopped off the roller coaster and I've been taking control ever since. It's like, I'm waking up. I'm in control. I don't know what to do. I can't find nothing to do. Go take a nap. Go watch TV and hopefully you get inspired by something somebody say. Keep scrolling until you get inspired, or whatever it is.
That's important. You got to do whatever it is for you, because a lot of people be like, oh, take a nap. Like, no, because that might not be for you. Like, you might not be the one. But some people need to just relax. Like, it ain't nothing else I could do. I done did. If you feel like you done did all you can for you, you need to take a nap. Some people might be like, I can't watch TV. Okay, that's you. You might see TV as a distraction. I'm seeing TV as a way to get me up out of my funk or whatever it is. I'm seeing something that I'm learning from these people, whether it's good or bad. Nipsey Hussle said it good in a clip of an interview they had. And he was like, they was like, whoever gave you the best advice or something like that? Or where did you hear your best advice? He said, I steal advice. I take advice from any and everywhere, whether that's good advice. And I was like, that's a good way of saying it. Because I do. I steal it. I don't know where I'm getting it from time, but it's out there from everybody. Huh?
I said, that shit is free. You don't even have to steal it.
Right.
Like, you would be a dummy not to take some advice, whether it's good or bad, because bad advice is still good advice, because it's telling you what not to do. It's telling you, if you do it, how not to do what somebody already did. Good advice. Follow my lead. But your turnout may not be the same as my turnout. But you can still, this is what I did. This is what got me through. It may not
get through. Why I'm proud of both of us. Just, giving us a shout out right now, because I know in both businesses that we had so many people, and it was so easy for us to think like, oh, F this person, or how dare they not support me, and I done been, almost everything to you, and you not support. So I know it was easy for that to happen. And for you to have those thoughts. But I'm so proud of us because we kept pushing past it. Like, we keep pushing past it. It's a daily thing. I don't care if you 1 year in business, 2 year, 5 year, 10 years. You're gonna still have to push past all of those objections and those things that's meant to stop you. Like, because you have people who have self-doubt or limiting beliefs in themselves, and you want to project your limiting belief on me because you didn't do well in this area, or maybe you was too scared to start on, whatever you thought was going to propel you forward, and you just found every reason or excuse not to do it. But here we are, we doing it every day and pushing forward,
Well,
and I'm proud.
honestly, as much as you're proud of both of us, I'm really more proud of you
Aww.
because not to toot my own horn or anything, but I've always been a dreamer. You know that. Like I've always wanted big. I always wanted this, and I always saw it. Everybody be like, how you see that? I don't see it. I'm like, I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it, and I want it, and it's gonna be mine. You know what I'm saying? And I can just remember, like, what was that? 3 years ago? Because it's almost 2024, girl.
Yeah, these years is moving. Yes.
3 years ago, with me just starting Mothers with Dreams and starting the whole accountability group. And I remember you just showing up. You not knowing how it's gonna work for you. You don't know how you gonna fit in. You know what I'm saying? You came with nothing. You was in those meetings with nothing. And everybody else is probably like, I got this business, I wanna do this, I wanna do that. You like, I don't know where I wanna start. Then you was like, okay, what about, let me create something for the kids. You know what I'm saying? But you never gave up. Like you kept figuring out what was going to fit for you.
For me, because that was a good way of putting that. I like how I didn't know where you was going at first, but I like how you got it together. I'm like, wait, okay. No, but that you right. And that's the thing. You don't know. And that's why we gotta keep feeling. One of my slogans on this little clip, oh, it's in my good thing jar now. But I keep my good thing jar and I write little things on it. And one of them is keep failing forward. Like you ain't have no choice but to fail forward. I did the same thing. I think that was kind of in me to just, I never really had no clear direction. So it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna just try everything and try to see what fits. But you right, you have always been a dreamer. And I think that being in a space with you and relationship with you all these years has pushed me and motivated me to be a dreamer too, because I was like, okay, well, we supposed to work a job and have, a
Your
decent
whole
life.
process changed. Like,
Yeah, like I don't want a big house. I can just have a, average house. Who needs that much? Like I'm just like, who needs all of that? I could just have the basics. I'm cool with the basics. I want it all now, baby girl. I want it all. I want it all.
you're not basic no
I
more.
want that all. Look,
Like,
I didn't want to travel for real before you. Like, I mean, we went on that one trip, but I was
remember
hyperventilating
the
the
year
whole.
I was buying my house and I was like, I'm going on this trip. And you was like, I don't really think you should be. Did your realtor say it's okay? I said, well, my realtor said I can afford it and I'm not taking away from the house. She said I could go. And I said, well, I'm going to make it happen because she didn't say no. So all I heard was, if there's a will, there's a way. And I pushed towards that. You know what I'm saying? And from you seeing that, honestly, you literally just changed your whole way of thinking. And I no longer see you thinking like basic, small, or little. Like now you like, I want this, I want that, I'm preparing for this, I'm preparing for that. And that's a big
Then
trans.
when you realize, I think another thing that helped me in addition to you, but another thing that helped me understand the affirmations of what you speaking, because I'm like, okay, well, yeah,
Yeah.
you speaking it, but I couldn't understand it. Like being in this business and hearing people like say, not even being in this business, being exposing yourself to growth opportunities. So whether it's a podcast, YouTube videos, or a friend, or a business that got a bunch of mentors in it, if you pick up from everybody saying the same thing, and everybody, and they're moving forward, not just the people who just saying it and you won't see, but they're moving forward. Come on now it's like, okay. And then when you read the Bible and you go into devotions and you see that it's power in the tongue and it's power in what you speak, and when you speak things out there, that they are going to come, you're going to reap what you sow. I used to think that was just in the actions that you do, like, oh, if I'm being mean to a person, I'm gonna reap that back. Or if I do something bad, just in the action, no, it's also in what you're speaking. So once all of those areas started like meshing and I'm starting to see the similarities, everything started clicking. I'm like, okay. I gotta really start thinking better and saying better things. Cause here I am. I'm in my situation because of everything I done said. Everything I done put out there, not even knowing it. So
You're
yeah,
not
that
doing
was
that, you're sowing bad seeds when every time you opened your mouth and spoke what you spoke. And that's so true
and
because,
you
like,
think it's just words.
yeah, and it's not. Because I am so mindful of what I'm saying now. Like, I'd rather be silent than to speak too quickly and say the wrong things. Now, Lord, you know I didn't came to you yesterday, probably gonna come today, and ask for your forgiveness for some things that I just couldn't keep to myself. And only you know, your child. But like the power of the tongue, it's the whole real because I just remember as a kid, I remember just being this little girl. And you remember that one game we used to play? It was house and you write down. Remember, you used to be like the house, your lover, your
Oh, no. What was it? Mash. Was it Mash?
mash.
Was it
Yeah,
Mash?
be
MASH or
apartment,
was it home?
two, or house. Yeah, it was mash.
It was okay.
So, me playing those games, like I had a wild imagination, but I just remember, playing games like that and always just fantasizing how I wanted my life to be and where I wanted to go. Watching College Hill, I knew I was going down south. Like, I'm like, they frying fish, they having fish fries, they eating good. You yes ma'am, no sir. They get married. They like chocolate girls. I'm
It's
like,
everything that you haven't been, and you
yeah,
gotta be a dreamer to do that. Like you have to be a dreamer, and that's why I applaud dreamers. Like a lot of people be like, okay, you could either
what's
find
that?
yourself
Yeah,
hating or running from them, and it's like, no, I applaud you because not only are you teaching me something, but also I'm seeing that I was seeing life from a
little
little
bit.
view. And here you are with not the same or the same environment, and you still seeing so much out of life. Like we didn't have people who prepared us for the things that we're trying to prepare our kids for. So our
No,
kids will have the environment and the opportunity to think on those levels. Whereas we honestly, I kind of feel I thank God for me being positioned to California. I've seen that as like a punishment
it
so many
changed your
years.
life.
But it changed my life to get shipped out at 16 to California. Like that changed because if I wasn't exposed to those different people and seeing like, oh snap, like it's a whole different world outside of Cleveland.
Like, yeah,
Like, my,
I'm
my
talking to him.
soul.
I'm like, what is going
Hey,
on?
man, when I bit through that corn husk and that lady said, oh no, you have to peel the husk. I said, what type of taco is that? And that wasn't even what was I eating? I was eating I think like
Tamale. That sounds like you was
a
eating a tamale.
tamale. Girl, I said the hot tamale truck in Cleveland ain't like this. It's like it's from B&B barbecue. This ain't no hot tamale.
But yeah,
But
like,
that changed everything. Like, and I'm truly grateful for my aunts for making that decision because that's one of the moments where I look at as a parent now and like they really didn't know what they was doing. They said,
right,
"Let me make this move and just do something different." I didn't try these ways. It didn't work for her brothers. Let me go ahead and do this. Either
something.
that or they was like so open to hear God saying, "Make this move." Like it could have been a
Yeah,
combination of all of them, honestly. But just make this move. And I thank God for that because I mean I was cussing them out in the beginning, like hating them and everything. It had so much in my heart. But that changed everything because it opened me up to see different people and see different ways of living and different
yeah,
things. Like that kind of started without me even noticing my thoughts on I can have more. Like and I could do more.
yeah.
Like the houses out there. The houses out. I said, oh man,
This is complete.
everybody
Yeah,
got
the
that.
neighborhood you used to have to walk through to get to your house. You like, hey, when I was back home, we was it didn't look like this. This a whole like,
Man,
yeah. Because now I think about it, I'm like, yeah. My mom always made sure we was in those type of areas, no matter where we stayed or how much it cost or the struggle, she would rather us be in a place that you could walk through versus something that she gonna have to be worried about and somebody about to be, but yeah, definitely expose you and open your horizons. And I think for me, sowing my seed at an early age, like I always knew I wanted to come to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how I was gonna get there. Fell in love, changed my plans. I was like, "You gonna leave me? Okay, I'll stay, dummy." But I'm thankful because me staying, I got my son. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I got to experience certain things that I probably would have never experienced had I would have left. So I'm really thankful for my journey. But to fast forward, it's like I sowed all my seeds as a kid, as a little girl, even when times was hard and people would look down on me, people would talk about me, people didn't believe in me. Like, I still was sowing my seeds. And here I am, 30 years old, and I'm just like, dang, like everything that I said that I wanted to do as a kid, I've touched it in some way. I said I wanted to go on America's Next Top Model. I didn't make it to America's Next Top Model, but I was on somebody's runway. I was in a fashion show. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
I
I
remember that.
I take my blessings the way I get it. I said I always wanted my management company. I got my business solutions company. I'm managing stuff right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I'm seeing how, as a kid, me always being a dreamer, I've always seen the impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we left each other that senior year, that shit was, it was devastating for me because you was all I had. Everybody else, like, when I moved away, when you moved and we moved at the same time. When we moved from Sacramento and went our separate ways, I didn't reconnect with people in Sac. Like, I was college.
So
You get what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't going back, kicking it. I think I went back maybe once or twice, but outside of that, like, I wasn't doing it. So it was just like, when you left, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna meet her somewhere. I may not go to Charlotte, I may not be in North Carolina, but I'll be somewhere close. And then, life happened. And when I got to Georgia, and I'm like, I'm only 4 hours away. Like, but those are seeds that I remember saying, like, this is what's gonna happen. I didn't know how it was gonna happen.
you didn't know how, but you was so used to doing certain things, like, and that's what we gotta. But you also became mindful, and that's why I want to encourage a lot of people. Like when I'm talking to some of my cousins, like when I know you battling through something, it's like, but you have always got through it, right? Like I think a lot of times we forget. Like I always kind of been like this. Like you said, I always been a dreamer. Like I always been that person to still see something beyond my circumstance, and that was your fuel. Or you always been, for me, I think I always been the person that just, for one, I always been used to leaving, like having to leave a certain place.
Yeah.
So
So you
I never got, yeah, so the attachments was never a problem for me. But
yeah,
I always been a person who know I was in different things. Like you said, even as a kid, like I did random plays, I did just random things to see where I wanted to be because I never could really feel out. Like I could feel like I could fit everywhere, but I didn't have my place. So in my
yeah,
mind, it was like to keep going. I just do a bunch of things. But it may also be like you may have been a person who, you deal with tragedy well, like, or something is flying in here. Whatever it is
bro.
that gets you through, like just being mindful of, yeah, because they keep flying in front of the screen. It's like a little gnat. But just being mindful of that because it's still there. It's still there. So
Yeah,
when we think about the big stuff, and I think my thing, I'm actually talking to myself right now, is like when you see the big things that you think about, and then your mind try to tell you, "Oh no, that's too big," try to shy you away. I'm pushing
yeah,
into that because it's like, hey, how many things have you literally done that you had that same feeling, that same thought? Oh, I don't want to do that, and then you succeeded, and then you
yeah.
did it, and then
That's
you overcame, and then
remember
you
when
push through. Like what?
I was like, I don't
Huh?
do computer. I said, remember when I got the computer and it was like $1,400 and we was in the accountability group and all y'all said, girl, just go ahead and get the computer. You gonna get your money. You gonna make that tenfolds. And I'm like,
And you did it.
and I did. I was like, whoa. Did I?
And it worked out. And it came through.
I start
Yeah.
creating businesses because of it. So it's just like, yes, you definitely, you gotta believe in yourself. And like we said where we started off, you gotta start with your heart. And if your heart not in it, when the times get hard, you're gonna fold under pressure. You're going to, because your heart not in it, meaning your mind is open to all the negativity. Because the mind is literally the dangerous place to live in. The mind is so dangerous. It's filled with trauma. It's filled with memories. It's filled
Which is why you
with
gotta start replenishing it with better. You gotta start replenishing it better. You gotta keep things like your good thing jar. These are your reminders. You gotta keep things like a book. This is your growth. Like you gotta keep things around you, like your calendar. Like we said, keep that calendar full because your mind is a dangerous place if you're not feeding it the good things that it needs. Like we ain't gonna.
and you're not leading with your heart.
Huh?
I said, and you're not leading with your heart. Like it got to
Right.
be stuff that you want to do, being intentional. That's leading from the heart. Just being able to do something and want to do it, meaning you're going to do it no matter how hard it is, how rough it may get. Like you're going to do it. You're going to push, like right now. You ain't getting no clientele. You feel like everything is just like everybody hit and go. You over here like, whoa, I ain't getting no money like I should be. She just got 18,000. I'm just trying to get 1,800. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you're still like, let me take my CE classes. Let me go ahead and take this class so that way I can do this or I can be more knowledgeable about this because I
Let
can
me
do it
still
right.
get back out here, even though everybody done told me no and got me out here handing out business cards like I'm just promoting somebody else's business. But I'm gonna still go out here. I'm gonna still go.
Hello. So yeah, I think like we own something good. I feel like what we're starting right now. I mean, we've seen people do it, but like I said, ain't nobody doing it like us. So we got
And
to
it's
figure out our
okay
little.
because I think the best thing that the way that I keep my mind focused, like you said, it ain't nobody out here like us. That man gave that Wonder Bread. I don't know who he was, but gave that Wonder Bread analogy. He said, "Well, Wonder Bread created theirs. You think they cared about all the other breads on that shelf? Yeah,
So
they got bread, but they ain't got my bread. Like it ain't my bread though. Yeah, the industry is saturated, but they don't have you because you offer something. Not only do you offer something unique because it's something that you bring that nobody else can bring because it's only one you, but
right.
also it's something that not just you bring, but it's also a way in which you bring it in a crowd that you bringing it to that only you could have done. Like that.
Yeah.
Somebody did say that in my mentorship, one of my videos, but she was like, "This business is for you because." You got a crowd that I can't talk to, that he can't talk to, that they can't talk to, but only you can. And I'm like, you know
Only
what? You right. It's a whole market, it's a whole crowd, it's a whole target audience, whatever you want to call it, that only you could reach, and you got to keep that in mind. Like somebody waiting to hear from you, somebody waiting for you to come and manage their business, somebody waiting for you to coach their life, somebody waiting for you to bring your food truck to their business because they need you. Like somebody waiting for that. Somebody waiting for that house, that car, whatever, and only
that
you could put them in
and
the
trip,
hands of the
travel agent waiting for us to book our family trip. That's what they waiting on.
that too, because they got to see it to believe it, and a lot of people gotta start seeing it. That's true. That's true. Because I need Milo want to go to Jamaica. He ain't letting it up. He like
Hey,
I
I've
didn't
been
get.
talking about. I've been trying to get back. I'm like, yeah, Jamaica, that's home. Like, and we manifested Jamaica. Let me tell you something. How bad we manifested. We didn't been there. We planted our foots. We planted our seeds because we said we was getting vacation homes. We said we was getting vacation homes because we wanted our kids to experience different, but ownership at the same time.
Yeah,
We planted seeds in
and they,
Jamaica.
and they already getting exposed to it because as a kid, I don't think I really wanted to go. I mean,